Headline, Starlight.
She get up again.
DJ Star. I got you.
Yeah. Shoot. I'm gonna tell you what's going on.
Wait up.
Hi. What's up?
Oh, hold on.
What?
Everybody got their mics now.
Hey, my mic gonna be in. Hold on. I gotta fix it to where it show.
I need to put mine on a stand so that it'll show.
Yeah.
That's why I got the laptop. So they can see it. So I ain't gotta hold it and put it to the side. That
Handcuffs
right there. Time for your Twitter after dark, Quita.
Hey, we want to welcome
the mic fell.
to the CAD podcast. I got my mic now. I'm ready for action. It's about to go down.
Hold on, let me call.
Look, we brought to you by Perks Moscato. Ain't got no label.
Okay.
So, cheers to the good people of Moscato for making my Moscato.
He is so black. I promise. I'm taking his handcuffs out. You.
Why you say that?
You are so niggerish. Like.
Why I'm niggerish?
Duh.
Why am I niggerish first? I'm just trying to figure that out.
Tell about Perks Moscato. It ain't got no name. But why you would not? No, you would not. You would not be like Florida.
First of all, it's Perk Moscato because we ain't promoting nobody else on here until they pay us. Okay, so we're gonna promote Perk Moscato. Okay. Because when people start looking for it, then like, hey, maybe we should get a Perk Moscato, and bam, we'll be selling Perk Moscato. So all the chicks.
Let me set my shit up because y'all trying to.
Everybody who want to drink mimosas, we got our own Moscato, so you can drink as many mimosas as you want.
It keep falling. I need a bigger box. I ain't got a box big enough, so my mic will be
good with my mic up right there. Look. Hey, Quita. Yeah, I see that. Hey, Quita.
How I look? How you look?
Oh, yeah, I'm in there. Quita, look though, Quita.
What up?
Hey, hold on, Quita. Look, Quita. Look.
We're recording, so it's all good.
I like that part.
Connected, bro.
Hmm?
Why you not connected? Because you sure need some headphones. If you're gonna connect it, you're gonna need headphones. Because you ain't gonna be able to hear nothing.
No.
Perk when everybody see his mic.
He's stupid, bro. He's so childish.
By Perk Moscato.
And that's Perk Moscato.
Coming to a store near you.
All right, Perk Moscato.
Who is that? Who is that?
Dominique?
Valentine's Day?
No, this ain't. No, hell no. This Vaughn.
Hey, Vaughn.
That's Vaughn. She gets something for Valentine's Day on Monday.
So they want to know, did you get something for Valentine's Day? Or did you get something on Monday?
I can't stand up to even show y'all. You know what? I can't stand up to show y'all what I got. Hold on. I can turn my camera off.
She said her boot thing was stuck because of the weather.
Oh, she a side chick.
Yeah, somebody called you the side chick.
If somebody say you was in the weather, and man,
you got a lot of reviews on your video.
What they say?
It's like the little bra top with the it's like a baby doll outfit. That's what you would call it, like a baby doll outfit.
Save it for your husband.
Yes, we can't talk about that so Perk can stay on.
Well, you ain't got to get on right now till everybody else get on. But look the way, because you're supposed to get Damn, what's that girl name? Claudia. She's supposed to be on.
Claudia's coming on today. She is beautiful. She is a beautiful woman.
And she a liar because she said she was coming on at 9 o'clock and she was taking a shot. I ain't seen you yet.
Oh, snap.
So
if I gotta take a shot, I'm pregnant.
I'm gonna start using that. They say, "Party, take a shot. I'm pregnant."
Let me change my view. Full screen. What happened?
I've been pregnant.
Yes, that's the view we want. I can hear some static or something. Is that me?
Like that's Florida. It sounds like some paintballs. Somebody finna spray.
I don't hear what y'all talking about.
Well, we hear the paintballs rattling. It's like when you be doing this, and that little ball in there be rattling.
Oh, I thought you was doing this.
No, I know. They're not so. Look at God. Nicholas Love.
Nicholas Love. Love is in the building.
I'm trying to figure out what y'all talking about.
It's static. It's static in the line. It's a dead cat on the line.
That's me.
Hello.
Hello.
This beard is so thick and beautiful.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's good, Florida.
What's good, Nick? I'm trying to see what this. Nick, you hear status?
Static.
Static.
Not really.
I'm trying to see where I'm coming from. Whatever it is, cut it off. I don't know. Maybe the AC.
No, it can't be the AC.
Now I hear static.
Maybe it's my phone. Okay, I hear it too. Now that coming from one of y'all. So
let me see.
Yeah, that's you. Yo, Nick, Perk finally got his mic. Oh, Nick don't know. Last time Nick was on, we didn't have mics. We got microphones now, Nick. I mean, they ain't top quality, but they're the $8 one, so we good.
All right.
That was the budget was $25, so we had to make it work.
Y'all gonna make me have to go upstairs and go get mine.
No. I already know what you got. Nah. Look,
you're not finna. What's the pain in these beats, though?
We'll get to him, but Nick, you're not finna up us on my podcast. You sure or not? No, you're not.
Yes, you won't. You get kicked out before you get started, Nick.
Yeah. I don't want no trouble.
So yeah, you're not finna up me on my own podcast. Now when we get on yours, you do what you want to do. On mine, so now you're not gonna do that. So for the young lady who just got on, this is Valerie. She's a graduate of FAMU. As soon as she connects to the audio in her camera.
Okay, so my glitter is in the way. Okay. Yeah, somebody got static.
Probably
Perk. You got static. It's like somebody crunching chips.
A bunch of who?
Crunching chips.
Probably Perk. We're gonna blame it on Perk. Valerie, you there? Oh, she gotta get her hair straight.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Valerie.
Hi.
Your camera work?
No, I'm not camera ready. I just got off work.
Okay.
Is it okay if I just do audio?
No. We need the camera on. We need you on. So get yourself. Yeah. Put a hat on. Put a hat on. So look, either you can get on here how you want, or I'm gonna put a picture up of you.
You don't.
Okay.
So we
all right. Well, let me.
Yeah, just put a hat on or something. Or
okay. I wasn't prepared for this. Okay. All right. Well, I'll chime back in a few minutes.
Okay. Well, we're gonna just continue. So we want to welcome everybody back to the CAP podcast. We got a real big episode. Did she log out? anyways, welcome everybody back to the Cal Podcast. For those who don't know, I'm Florida. That's Quita. The Arab picture you see, that's Perk. But we got two special guests, one on the way. The first one, how can I really do this? Dang, what he was a graduate assistant coach.
Ooh.
He spoke in Australia, cross seas. Got his own. He had his own fashion line.
That's all right.
Yep, ties, bow ties, watches. What else? What else? What else Nick did? I'm trying to get it all. Before we get to where I know where he at right now, it's a lot of stuff he done did. Oh, he worked at ESPN, interned there. He got a piece right now. If you go on Facebook, him talking about, I think it's Doug Williams.
Eddie Robinson.
What else Nick did?
We got to start getting these intros together. We need facts.
These are all facts. Ain't nothing I said is a lie yet.
Don't tell me when you be calling the wrong.
I mean, that's why I got him on here. Look. This ain't the Breakfast Club. We ain't perfect. This is hood. This is literally in the cab. Like when somebody walk in the cab, you introduce your boy. Yeah, this Nick. He from Detroit. Let me point that out. He was in the World Fame. He was in the World Fame, Quita. What else? It's a lot of other stuff Nick did. But right now, he's killing the social market game. Like anything you need done from Twitter, Facebook, even if you ain't trying to get on that type of platform, if you need that type of help to get your brand out there to reach certain people, this is the guy you need to get. When me and Perk doing something and we don't know where to go, left or right, the first person we call, like, hey, you think Nick gonna answer the phone? So welcome to the Calf Podcast, the one and only Nicholas Love. What's up, Nick?
Yes, Nick.
I appreciate it, my brother.
Yeah. I know it's a long title, but I just want to make sure I get everything in there because I ain't write nothing down. Everything was out the top of my head. So,
that's how we do.
Quita, get your boobs out the picture. Quita. Come on, we got Nick. Come on, we got Nick on, man. Oh, this is the Cal Podcast. Welcome to the Cal Podcast. So, Nick, you already know Quita. So whatever. So, today's topic, we talking about HBCUs, the rise of it. If you've been paying attention to what's going on in the world, even if you haven't, it seems like everybody on this HBCU wave, and I'm just like, why now the wave and why not back in the day? I read a book called $40 Million Slave, and it was going into history about HBCUs and how at the time HBCUs had a chance to really prepare themselves to be like the Alabamas, the Florida States and all that. But from the book, it said they got complicit. And since they knew they was getting the best athletes, they didn't have to upgrade their facilities and do nothing. And now they lagging. But I want to say 2020, maybe not even 2020, 2019, they just been, look like it's going on the upgrade. So, Nick, if you got anything to say, man, the floor is yours before the big light skin guy get back on.
Man, I wanted the big light skin guy to go first.
He probably
Where is he?
Eating.
He can't be like in the area because he hasn't said anything. Like
he eating.
Eating what or eating who?
Eating food. We're gonna say food. Okay. We're gonna say food.
It can be considered food.
No, we're gonna consider food because we gotta protect Nick brand. We ain't finna go that route. We ain't finna go that route. Not with you. We gotta protect Nick brand. Now, once we cut the recorder, I just want everybody to know Nick just like one of us. So I just want to get at it. But Nick, the floor is yours. Go ahead, my man.
No, I mean, and I got to be careful in terms of how I answer that question as well. But the reality of the situation is when you look at what's happening in 2020, I mean, the social unjust, the George Floyd situations, right? It was almost as if, people have had a wake-up call. And it's been really amazing when you look at a lot of conversations happening across the internet. People say, well, I didn't know it was this bad. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
And so,
how could you not?
Right. And so, when you think, when you think about, what are the pathways to prominent
I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry.
hold
I'm
on.
so sorry.
Hold on.
What's up, Nick? You baby? Look, I'm HBCU. I got my I Can't Breathe shirt on, baby. I came in tonight. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get our ratings up. Look, we trying to holler at you to see if we can get on every platform because we about to fire some people, bro. Listen, it been a lot of people. My bad. Go ahead, though. It's your world.
Hey, Nick. Hold on, Nick. Perk, you gotta turn your TV down.
You can hear my TV?
Yeah.
It's my mic, man. My mic picking up all this background noise. But I'm turn it down.
Can you turn your TV down, my man?
Yo, he was not dressed like that when he.
Yeah. As soon as Nick got on, he got on. But let me point this out before you keep going, Nick. For those who know, Nick is a graduate of Grambling State University, and Nick Quita is an upper bound graduate of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yeah.
So she got like 2 hours.
Hey, child, bro. I hate it here.
She really graduated whatever from University of Central Arkansas.
Yeah. I did not graduate from there. I went to school there for a minute.
But she's a graduate.
She went to UAPB for the summer. And her mama said, "Hell no."
Yeah.
She should have just came to Grambling, but she didn't want to though.
But she graduated from the upper bound program. But go ahead, Nick.
Oh, I can't stand you.
My bad.
No, I mean, I don't even know how to even respond and bounce back from that. But
yeah, Perk messed it up.
You see my mic.
I mean, the reality of the situation is that there's a big emphasis and value put on education, and there's been a lot of wrongs that people are trying to right, and so the first place that you look at is how can you kind of have strong affiliations with colleges and universities, but in my opinion, is really going to take some real honest conversations amongst Black folks. To really evaluate and understand and embrace the power that we have collectively. And how do you use that power, right, to really disrupt the bullshit? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And there's nothing that is structurally changed outside of the increased volume in people having an appetite to want to be able to help. But until you start to kind of create infrastructure where, you're fueling more ownership, you're fueling, right, more ways to kind of create additional revenue streams to kind of, offset, right, some of the infrastructure gaps, from a resourcing perspective, you're still going down the same pathway. And so I think that's the real conversation that people got to have. It's not necessarily the rise of the HBCUs, right? But how do HBCUs leverage this momentum to flip the script and to start to introduce sustained growth, not incremental, but sustained growth.
Okay. So let me ask you a question, Nick. Why you chose Grambling?
Because it was Grambling.
Honestly, I wanted to get out of Detroit. ESPN was recruiting. It was in a warm weather area. But more importantly, it was a Black college. And, I ain't going to sugarcoat it, right? I mean, I graduated from high school like a 2.2. I was completely bullshit. Mm-hmm. And that's why my love and my affinity for Grambling is so strong, right? Is because they gave me a second opportunity, right? A second shot to really, make something of myself. And I mean, that's really, why the love is so strong. But that's part of the reason, right? Was those reasons.
Okay. Well, Perk, Quita, Nick, this is a special guest for me. This is my high school graduate. Her name is Valerie. She's a graduate of Family. No, graduate. As
in your classmate? Your classmate?
Yeah, okay. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to turn the light around so we see your face.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the light is dark. I'm just getting off work. I do apologize.
Where you working?
The one behind you.
So I work for Spectrum. It's a cable company. I work the late shift, so
gotcha.
I work really late.
But she's okay. So that's Valerie, high school graduate, got on the podcast. She's a graduate of the school in Tallahassee, aka FAMU.
Oh, we gonna
So-
whoop their ass come homecoming. My bad. I'm sorry.
But here's the thing though. Look, she didn't even know fam booked us for their homecoming.
She ain't no real alumni then. Or alumni. Let me say. Let me be
She
correct.
did that for homecoming.
It don't matter. We gonna talk. No, we coming to take over y'all homecoming. Let your alumni know.
So Valerie, if you want to give a quick introduction, you can go ahead before we get back into the
Yeah, because
topic.
Florida is gonna mess it up.
All
Okay.
the way up. All the way up.
Well, I don't know how you guys do this. This is my first time on here, but my name is Valerie. I graduated from FAM back in 2010 with my BS degree in business.
Bullshit.
I'm sorry.
Man, I'm drinking Perk Moscato. My bad. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I currently live in Charlotte. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I've been here for about 10 years now. I know AJ, I know you tried to reach out to me earlier, but it was crazy. Yesterday was crazy. But I would love to know more about what you guys do, what you talk about. It seemed like it's interesting. So let me know what y'all got going on, and I want to get to know you guys too.
Well, first
We talk about everything.
We do. So the light-skinned guy, that's Perk. That's my partner in crime. The guy to the bald-headed guy with the beard, that's Nick. Nick,
I don't see everybody. I only see 4 people.
You on your tablet? You gotta go to gallery view. You gotta go to gallery view if you're on your tablet.
No, she on her phone.
No, I'm on a tablet.
Oh, okay, yeah, you should see everybody.
If you go to gallery view, you should see everybody.
Okay. All right.
So that's Nick, the black guy with the beard. The light-skinned guy, that's Perk. The lady to your left or right, wherever you're, that's Quita. Quita has the nasty Snapchat. I always have to introduce like that. So what happens is a lot of women from her church follow her for sexual advice to keep the spice going. So they follow her Snapchat for that. But all the nasty stuff that she do for her husband. So she's not just out here with random dudes.
I don't know. Her face is saying different.
It's Quita. It's Quita. So Perk, y'all got anything for Valerie, Quita?
I don't. Nice to meet you, Valerie.
Nice to meet you guys.
Why did you pick FAMU? I'm just getting to the money.
Wait a minute, God dog. It's the Moscato.
Oh, listen. Brought to you by Perk Moscato.
Perk Moscato. We're not gonna say
we ain't got no label right now, so we just going with the free thing. But why did you go to FAMU?
Me?
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. Was that a question for me?
Yes.
It was.
One, I'm from Florida. I was it's the only HBCU in Florida. My father has instilled in me since middle school. You know, he always talked about, you know, I want y'all to go to FAM, go to FAM, go to FAM. My mother actually went to FAM as well, but you know, some circumstances, you know, babies involved, where she ended up not being able to graduate. So I feel like mostly I wanted to go to make my father happy, but also to be able to follow in my mother's footsteps, because she never had an opportunity to finish getting her degree. She wanted to be a pediatrician. So, I mean, it was mostly for my parents, but, you know, after, you know, graduating from high school, I realized that this is the best opportunity. I definitely want to go to HBCU because it's nothing like being around your own, you know, being in an environment around people that look just like you, that have the same aspirations and the goals and the dreams that you're striving to achieve. It was just motivational. And then also the professors were just amazing. It's almost like your uncle and your aunties, you know, teaching you. So it's nothing like it. And I'm glad I had the opportunity to have that experience. And I wouldn't change it. You go to FSU, that's right a few blocks down, the vibe is completely different. It's nothing like it. So mostly for the culture, the history behind it. I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, is I love my experience. But you asked me in a way as if like it's a bad thing.
You're completely fine. He's gonna say that because he went to Grambling, so nothing's okay with them other than Graham.
First of all, Valerie,
I didn't go to Grambling. I went to the Grambling State University.
Thank you. First of all, Valerie, Quita is a proud graduate of University of Arkansas Pine Bluff Upward Bound program. So
summer school.
She got like 4%, maybe not like 3%, maybe 2.5% HBCU in her. But the rest of us, we're all graduates. Her mama didn't let her go there because she knew she was gonna be buck wild. So
she went down there for Upward Bound and she was ratchet. So my mama said, "Hell nah, you ain't staying. Bring your little butt back home."
Send her to a BWI. So Valerie, the question I asked Nick was, with the uprising of everybody talking about HBCUs and all the attention they get, how do you feel about it now? Even though people it seems like everybody's now interested in HBCUs, even though they've been around forever.
Personally, I feel that it's based off of money. It has a lot to do with money. And one thing I've been noticing my last year of college is that I've been seeing more and more different races at HBCUs. You see Asians, you see white people, and it's like, okay, I mean, I'm not against that at all, but I'm kind of confused. I feel that the purpose of it being an HBCU is for it to be for people, Black people, Hispanic people, people of color. But now it seems like they're trying to integrate it to where it's almost like they're trying to make it to where it's not, where they're trying to dissolve HBCUs, where it's just, a university just in general. I don't know the purpose behind that. I don't know, but I feel like it has a lot to do with money. It's a lot of things on the back end that we don't know about of why that's happening. So.
Go ahead, Bert.
So I ain't want to just jump and cut her off though. Trying to be nice.
Yeah, he's being nice.
She from Duval, so yeah, you did right.
Oh, she from Duval?
What I mean?
I said we was high school graduates. I said we were high school graduates.
All right. No, I agree with what she's saying though, but honestly, I work at HBCU now. But the real reason a lot of white people and other races are coming is because they find out, one, that they can get it for cheaper, and I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean, we have an ag department. We also have like the #1 GOAT research in the nation here. So when
don't plug your university then, Pert.
I just delete this part for her.
I am, because we're going to promote that on here.
Everything.
So,
but no, they come because I mean it's an opportunity. Like, because we're HBCU, it's not like we cutting people off because of their race or their color. But when you bring an opportunity, it's just like when you go to a store and you find out they selling meat for less than what they selling at Walmart, everybody start going. It's not like to say it's the neighborhood store, because you have white people who go to the neighborhood store when they know they got the good food. So when you come here and you got Black people who don't come because they don't want to come and they feel like, oh, I went to HBCU and I'm not going to get the credit that I need in my field. But you have white people who come who be like, okay, I'm gonna go to this school because they're good in nursing, or they got money in ag, they can pay for my school, and they show up. And I'm not talking about what I've heard. I'm talking about what I've seen. They come to career day and we'll have an interview and get hired on the spot, and Black students just walk past like it don't exist. So for me, it's about bringing back the people that you see on this Zoom right now to have these conversations and talk about these stories. Like what Nick said, I have a lot of students that come and be like, oh, I don't want to get in developmental classes or 0 level classes. And we have to have a real conversation. Like, hold up, homeboy, I was in a 0 level class too, but I got a master's and I'm good at what I do. So don't think, oh, because it's not a part in this whole like generational thing of, well, I don't want to take out no money. So how you gonna go? because ain't nobody in your family prepared for this. Didn't nobody put aside, hey, you gonna go to college, so let me go get this Gerber $10 a month. So when you get to 18 years old, you'll have money to go to school. No,
Right.
you're gonna have to take that loan out. You're gonna have to pay it. And I tell a lot of them, I'm 6 figures in school. It is what it is. You're gonna go out here and not go to school and end up in jail. You're gonna pay a lawyer some money. You're gonna pay the drug people money. Why not go pay for an investment in your education to where you know, like I tell a lot of people this, and some people get it, some people don't. My first semester in school, and my homeboys that didn't go to school eventually found out. I learned so much stuff within my first semester that it took them 3 years to learn for not going to school. And I will stick with that to the day I die. And that ain't no disrespect, but it's just you learn so much life relationships, life trials and tribulations because one, you get a roommate and you come from a household, you know how you're raised. Just in your room, you learn a whole bunch about yourself, your family, what you was taught, your parents taught you, your mom and daddy, you thought they was lying, and now you find out. And you don't even want to tell them that they're right. You just go along in life, be like, nah, I ain't finna tell them. Nah. Later on in life, after you graduate, you'll probably tell them, but you ain't even tell them then. But you learn so much, and then it's just a lot now. Like HBCUs are what's I guess you can say the fad now. The thing about it that Nick said that I wanted to comment on was I think what's the rapper Killer Mike said, we gotta mobilize, we gotta organize. If we don't organize and mobilize right now, even though I don't like the other light, the white tiger in the SWAC, Jackson State doing a lot off Dion. I mean, a lot. Like they behind him. Like the whole state and city is behind him. And we have, I mean, to be honest, every school in the SWAC is living off him coming in the SWAC right now, whether they want to accept it or not. Like we all finna get TV time. We all finna get some recruits. Like it's changing the whole game. And we just gotta be like, we just gotta ride the wave, but we gotta be organized though. We gotta get some people in places that want to do the job. Like that's the biggest thing I know about HBCUs is that we get these people who've been in there for 30 years, didn't do bad, but haven't moved the level of expertise up, have not did anything to make the school prosper. Like I'm looking at schools now who getting like $5 million. They done got $4-5 million checks, and then I'm looking at other schools who ain't got nothing. Ain't got no kind of money from nobody. And I'm like, I just want to know how they out here going to get money and some of them can't get it.
So Nick, because this is where I really want you on with the addition of Deion Sanders to Jackson State. How did that really affect all the HBCUs? And I'm talking about from Jackson all the way down to Tuskegee, all the way to Clark Atlanta to Morehouse, even to little schools like what's that Central in Ohio? Central State. So how did him affect all the HBCUs? Because it seemed like everybody getting buzzed.
Yeah. I think, like anything in life, right? Like things will only impact you for the energy that you have to kind of go to ride that wave. So for example, to Perk's point, right? There's a lot of attention, there's a lot of awareness, right, on some of the HBCUs, and if we can just kind of focus on the SWAC for right now, right? The Jackson States, the Grambling, the Southerns, the Texas Southerns, right? Some of the Alcorn, some of the schools that have established brand names, right? They're going to have the opportunity to have increased visibility because there's a different audience, right, that's going to be exposed to them just on the weight of Deion Sanders. Now, what they do with that, that's where things get really, really interesting, right? For the Tuskegees, right? They might start wanting to see, okay, well, can we play against Jackson State, right? Can we start to schedule these types of things to be able to kind of dip their toe in that exposure pool? But at the end of the day, and this kind of gets back to my first point, right? It's all about how do you sustain right now? And what Perk was hitting on was spot on, right? And I got to be careful because I'm in the process of doing a whole lot of shit, but with some areas. But what I'll say is that nepotism is real. What I'll say is people have gotten way too comfortable in certain positions, and in 2021, right? You have to be a visionary. You have to be able to identify, and be honest, right, about what your strengths, what you do well, and what you don't. And through all of the opportunities that corporate America is responding to right now, this is your opportunity to kind of get those collaborations, get those partnerships, and start to leverage that equity, right, that they're trying to create. Basically, create an infrastructure so that those who are there can go out and then teach those who come after them, right? And that way you start to have that sustained growth. I mean, ultimately, we don't, historically Black colleges and universities, at least for the most part, you have a few who do a phenomenal job of, reoccurring income. Morehouse is one, Howard is one, Spelman is one, right? FAMU for a minute was doing well, but then some other stuff kind of popped off. That ain't no shade, but that's just the reality of the situation, right? And so, how do you start to right those wrongs, right, that have kind of damaged credibility, damaged trust, right? I mean, you think about the rumors that run around in terms of mismanagement of funds and things of that nature, right? And so all of those things have a direct impact on the cultural or the organizational readiness to be able to build off of that momentum. Otherwise, it's going to be a one-hit wonder, and you'll have your 5 minutes of fame, but 3 to 5 years down the road, right, you back to square one. You back to being in some serious accreditation issues, financial infrastructure issues. And let me just hit on one last point before I stop. Perk's statement about, student loans and things of that nature. So that's real life facts, right? But how do these HBCUs, again, create this infrastructure to start to help reduce some of the debt? I wish, I had to go to a counselor when I was at school and say, I need to understand why you're requesting this amount of money from a loan perspective as it pertains to a refund check. Because I would probably be operating under a different lens, and I make well over 6 figures, right? But at the same time, had I had that education in that aspect, right, be in a better situation, and I'm sure I ain't the only one that's in that type of scenario.
A quick pause for the cause. Nick said nepotism, for those who don't know what that means, that is the act of using your power or influence to get good jobs or unfair advantages for members of your own family. And for everybody, I was talking about me because I didn't know what the hell you was talking about. So, that was for me. So
it would have been Perk that would have made you put the definition at the bottom of the screen. So
I was gonna do that. I'm still gonna do that. But I just had to let that up for me because when he said it, I was like,
Context.
I was trying to maybe he said it again in a good sentence where I can figure out what's going on. No, he didn't. So I had to look it up myself. I'm surprised I even spelled it right. So kudos to me. So yeah. So Valerie, I don't know how much you pay attention to MEAC and SWAC and all that, but it just so happened that y'all school just so happened to enter into the SWAC. How do you feel about it, or do you just don't care at all?
I don't care at all.
There we go. We keep it moving. So the undergraduate experience, because since you're the only one from outside of us that came from the MEAC or from that side, because all of us are literally SWAC babies. What is the one thing you say at FAMU that you learned the most? During your undergraduate days, not graduate.
What I learned the most? I mean, I learned more about our culture. I learned more about our history. I had professors that would pressure you to, do your best at something, for for example, I think I took I graduated over 10 years ago, but it was an African.
We all old on here.
We know you old.
I took an African history class, and this teacher, the professor, he wanted us to understand the foundation and the importance of our history so much, and he precious us to learn the history, even though it was not a course that I wasn't going to I wasn't going to be a history major or anything, but that's how hard the course was. And I feel like that's one of the courses that sticks out to me the most. And I started learning about, Africa and learning about gurus and what that meant, and about spirituality and trances and all that stuff. And he really made me really think about what our life would be like if we were still there. Like, that's the type of course it was. Because, I think about that all the time. Like, where would we be at in life if we never, if slavery never existed? Where would we be? And that's probably the most, even though that has nothing to do with what I major in, or that's one of the things I think about all the time. That's the biggest, the thing that reminds me of FAM. That one particular professor, and I can't remember his name, but
we don't. Outside of maybe Nick probably know all his professor names, but I can't. Perk, you know any of yours? Well, hold on, before you answer that, Perk, hold on, Perk. Quita, do you remember any of yours?
First of all, y'all know I didn't even. Okay, you know what? But honestly, what Perk said, Perk, pipe down.
Okay, I'm glad.
No, but like what you said about the student loan situation, that's what happened with me. Like, my mom was like, "We're not taking out no student loans." Mm-hmm. How the hell am I supposed to continue to go to school if we can't afford it? Like, that was my situation.
Conception, though. Like, there's a lot of people like that. I don't even know where they come from. Whoever start that need to take that back.
Yeah, like, cause the damn grant wasn't enough. Like, it wasn't enough to cover.
School keep going up every semester. Every semester you start out one time, thank you God, and then the next semester you owe $1,000. The next semester you owe $2,000. Like, what is y'all adding up? Like, just give me a flat rate for at least 3 years, so I know what I got.
We need a contract.
Yeah, like, I'm here. Right? I'm not going nowhere. I'm here. I'm like Nick. I came in. I went to a JUCO and failed out, and I tried my best at the JUCO. I promise you, I was in class, all that. Man, I came to Grambling, I had a 3.5. I was like, I ain't never going home, man. Look, I was down there on the weekends, the holidays. I didn't go back home until the second year, and I hated it, and I ain't go back then. But hold on, question. Can we ask Nick that question? I just want to know what he's finna say.
What was asking the question again? Sorry.
Florida asked the question you asked them.
Oh, so Nick, what was the most valuable thing you learned during your undergraduate years at Grambling? And Perk, you can answer this question too.
Well, Nick got an answer for in school, out of school.
I think in school, and man, Perk, I learned it from one of your fraternity brothers, but who recently passed away, and Mr. Penny. I'll never forget it. I had got the offer from ESPN and was like, hella excited, right? I'm about to go there, being on their talent. And he basically told me, don't take the job. Mm. And what he said to me was, you never want to start where you want to finish. Mm. And I mean, obviously, I ignored that shit, right? But man, he was right, and I thought I was ready, but I wasn't. But those are the things that those type of faculty members, those type of professors have enough love for you to tell you what you might not necessarily want to hear, right? And that support was real, man, and it has stuck with me for about 15 years. So that was definitely one of the most valuable lessons from an undergrad perspective.
Go ahead, Perk.
I got a lot though. I think the most valuable lesson that I learned was from a lady by the name Minnie Langer, who she showed me the business world. Like she told me if I was gonna work, I needed to work and make sure that whatever I did, I always put my best in it. And then she basically said too that I needed to whenever I put stuff on my desk, it needed to come off my desk. I didn't need to keep it on my desk. That was what she told me.
Well, for me, it was opportunity. It was just so many ways you can make money I didn't know about. There's so many jobs out there that I didn't know about. So when I got the ground, only thing I knew was, teachers and all that, but the athletic world, I didn't know the money that they was making. Then on top of that, I didn't know the connections that you could get and get somewhere. I always thought you had to go and get a degree, and then I was gonna come back home and be a PE coach. Not knowing that you could go be a coach at a university and make more money and deal with the less drama. Like, I'll be honest with you. When I saw Coach Green, the hours he was working, I said, okay, that's what I want to do. Like, he'll come in early in the morning, stay late at night, and then some days he don't even show up. I like that's the kind of life I want. But the thing is, he was passionate about what he was doing. So for me, it was the opportunity. So that's what I got from Grambling. Like, you ain't gotta just live this life over here. There's a whole nother world going on that I didn't know about, and I'm glad I did go. Which leads to my next question is, if y'all could do it all over again, would you go to an HBCU?
Hey, hold on. But before you go to that, I want to say this one thing, and I tell my kids this now. Going to Grambling, from a little town in Mississippi, I went to so many other states that I never thought I would be able to go to. Like I went to Wisconsin when it snowed. We played UMass. I went to New York 3 years in a row for Thurgood and Marshall. Like those were the experiences I never thought I would have. But just to go and get those experiences, like it made me want. My bad. I just had to put that in.
No, I mean, if I could add on to that real quick, like walking in, 2007, I was in Vegas, man, at the National Association of Black Journalists National Convention, and I had this Grambling shirt on, man, and at the MGM, and this dude stopped me and was like, "Man, you went to Grambling?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Y'all still got that dope mass communications department?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Man, it was this cat named James Penny who used to have things running." I'm like, "That's my man, right? That's my guy," So like this idea of being anywhere and people recognizing the brand that Grambling has. I mean, being introduced to John Elway, right? Being in Drumline, right? Chopping it up with Jerome Bettis and
Stunt, Nick.
Huh?
Stunt on him, Nick.
I mean, just on the Grambling flex, was just crazy. So, this idea that HBCUs are inferior, like, it's flat out bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Valerie?
What was there a question I need to answer? I was just listening.
Oh, you're enjoying yourself, ain't you, right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to know you guys a little. I feel like y'all know a little bit about me, but I don't know anything about anybody else. I introduced myself, and no one else introduced themselves. I know you named everybody, but I would like to know a little bit more about everyone else's background, what they went to school for, what they're doing for a living.
So you don't know how podcasts go, then?
Huh?
You don't know how podcasts go?
This is our first one.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
So let me. It's Florida fault, so we're gonna blame Florida. But let me explain.
Always blame Florida. It's his podcast.
It's my podcast.
We normally blame Star, but he ain't on here. So, but listen,
prepare me.
DJ Star.
Why do we always blame Star?
Because we can do that. We can do that.
When he was alive, we blame him. We still blame him when he's gone.
Okay. He ain't even here to defend himself.
He ain't never there to defend himself. But listen, Valerie, so you want a behind the scenes show. You got to pay for that. Where you get everybody information, okay? So when you come on the podcast, we talking about you, we listening to you. Like you explain everything. You get all the questions. Now you can ask us questions. Now, if you want to know about me, I can tell you about me. But listen, we done passed that part of the show like a couple episodes ago.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Well, I apologize.
No, I'm playing. Don't, hey Val, listen.
Some type of
It's
way.
all jokes on here, even though you went to FAMU, and we probably gonna whoop y'all ass with the band and the football. So listen, but it's all jokes though.
Okay.
He's the only one from FAMU I could get. I tried my best to get people from FAMU to get on.
Oh, so y'all try to get a FAMU person so y'all can.
No. So hold on, Val. I tried to get people from FAMU. Everybody said they couldn't do it. I reached out to Ed because he graduated from Bethune. He had something come up. I reached out to another homegirl. She went to North Carolina A&T. She with her booth thing. So I reached out to certain people. We had Claudia, which you don't know. She was all high and mighty, like, oh, I'm gonna get on, blah blah. She didn't even get on. So
her wig must have.
Oh, my best friend. You know my best
Claudia
friend
actually has some good hair. So
you talking about Melchivia?
No, she got inches. We seen them last night. They 18.
She had the baby, so she wouldn't be able to do it. But I did reach out to her. But I'm gonna try to get home next time.
Yeah, because you ain't ready for that one.
I hope Claudia see this so she'll know I talked about her inches.
Claudia.
Yeah, Claudia. We talked to her last night. She was all, I'm gonna be there. We're gonna take shots.
We're gonna take shots and stuff, whatever. So, but Valerie, that's the whole thing. So, yeah, like you want to get. I mean, outside of Quita with the nasty snap.
It's okay. I didn't know I was asking a question. I was out of line. I didn't
You're
know.
the special guest. You should.
You're not.
Listen. You should have told Florida what. You should have told Florida what's on your rider. You the guest.
Well, we're gonna blame Florida.
Blame Florida.
So children like don't even know that about their name Florida. They think it's all AJ.
Oh.
Florida only popular west of the Mississippi.
Yeah. So hey, hold on, Valerie. So do you know where that name came from?
No, I actually don't.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a quick recap. Go back, right? So Florida stayed next door to me, right? So, but we stayed like maybe a mile, 2 miles away from campus. So he would walk to the camp. So me and my other homeboy, we used to drive. Well, we used to walk here first, but I got a car. So when I got a car, we would drive. So one day we seen him, and I was like, man, I'm gonna pick him up. And we was like, nah, we'll pick him up tomorrow. So the next day we came by, and I was like, man, we're gonna pick him up. So we picked him up. He went to one party with Pat, and he been talking ever since. He wasn't even talking when we first met him. Like we thought he was a mute and everything.
I ain't know nobody. I just got the grab.
He was always talking.
Oh, so he been talking. We just ain't know
it. Yeah, I didn't know.
I was a class clown in high school.
I thought that boy ain't never talked. Like I was like, when we meet some people from Florida, they gonna be like, man, he ain't never talked. But look, this whole episode is brought to you by Perks Moscato. We don't have a label, but this is new coming out. Check your store.
This is so raggedy. I promise.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's the can. Everybody know what go on in the can.
I mean, we try to stay on topic, but sooner or later we was gonna jump.
12 o'clock on a Monday. You know they got chicken ready. What is you saying?
So,
hey Valerie, how long you been in Charlotte? 10 years?
Yes, since 2011. So yeah, 10 years. Right. This month makes 10 years.
I'm out here in the Raleigh area.
Oh, okay.
It'll be 4 years in April.
Yeah, I love it.
If you're trying to make that switch into that game, that's the guy you need to talk to.
Switch to what?
Whatever. Nick, what do you
Nepotism.
Okay, gotcha.
Word for today is
Nepotism.
Gotcha.
brought to you by
Perk Moscato.
Yeah, Perk Moscato. So Valerie, did you know what you wanted to major when you got to FAMU, or you just wandered around till you finally got to your major?
I know I wanted to go for business. I know for sure I wanted to go for business.
Why?
I don't regret going for business. I feel like business is involved in everything.
Okay, question. Why business? Because I've been having this argument with all my students. Why business? Please tell me why business.
Because business is in everything. It's in everything. So, I mean, regardless of what industry that you're involved with, there's business behind it. How to run the business, whether it's financing, accounting, how to operate that business. It's you have to know. If I wanted to ever run my own business or do my own thing, I know the foundation of that. If I would have went to, did nursing or did, education, it would be different. That would be different. But
okay, but see, you said run your own business.
Right.
The most popular and wealthy businesses, ain't nobody that's a CEO got a business degree at all.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it that people trying to do that? Come on, Nick, because you might want to.
That ain't entirely true. I mean, I see the point you're trying to make.
But you telling me you walk in my office and you say, "Hey, Perk, I'm trying to start my own business," bruh. You ain't got to go to what's name for that,
right?
You ain't got to go for that. Now, if you telling me you trying to do something else, okay, I got you. Like you said, accounting. They got accounting degree. Go in accounting. Go in financial planning. Go into supply chain. But business is so broad that I'll say this. Even in criminal justice, a lot of people are like, oh, criminal justice is easy. It's really not. If you're not about researching, because laws change every day. They change every day. So if you're not, to me, if you're going to school, you need to go to something specific. Because going general, to me, is just a waste of time. Like,
so,
honestly, it is.
No, I'm with you on that. And again, that kind of circles back to my first point, right? In terms of how did you sustain?
Yeah.
Right. And so, a lot of HBCUs have to get out of the generality, if you will, right? And more specific type thing. And because I was actually going to ask Valerie, right? Like, what was your degree, like just general business, or did it have a specific?
It was a concentration in marketing.
Okay.
And I feel like, now I wish I would have done entrepreneurship. I really felt like I should have did that instead. Because I really want to get onto a point where I am doing my own thing and where I'm not working for another company.
So what you do with Spectrum?
So I work for I'm in a dispatch department. So basically I assist commercial technicians with making sure that the commercial companies are up and operating. So whether it's, pre-existing services or they're installing brand new services, that's what I do. Gotcha. But I'm trying to get to a point where I'm in management, but it's been so difficult because we're going through a transition. We just got bought out. It used to be Time Warner Cable, but we got bought out 2 years ago by Charter.
Yep.
And they're trying to basically, the people that's been there, the veterans, because I've been there for almost 8 years now. Veterans, they're not given an opportunity. They want to either bring in people from outside the company or bring people in that don't know anything about how the
mic is
business
not plugged up, so she can't hear you.
My mic plugged up. Hey, Valerie. You said marketing, right?
Yeah, that was my concentration. Was
marketing. All right, listen. So this me. Look at me. Don't look at nobody else. I'm finna give you some real G play right now. Okay. So the bald head.
She can't miss you. She can't miss you.
The bald head dude that you talking to.
Mm-hmm.
is the guru of marketing right now. So this is like an interview. I'm just gonna be honest with
Look
you.
at God. Look at
God
God.
works it out that then nobody else come on here. So you need to get his number because y'all in North Carolina together. That's the market guru. And I ain't saying that because he my homeboy.
But
Because
he
me
got a
and him
wife.
had this conversation. So I'm telling you now, if I was you and I had marketing, I would talk to him and get his information and call him up.
The way that I see marketing, it seems that it's another word for sales. And I hate sales.
You see him shaking his head? You see him shaking his head? Look.
That's how I see it.
This is where Florida bow back.
Okay, so you shake your head no, Nick. So because that's how I see it as well. Like people try to offer me marketing jobs all the time, and I'd be like, I don't want. Like I don't even sell myself in my business. I don't want to sell for somebody else. So like, what else is it?
It's about driving a feeling. It's about driving a feeling. It's about creating experiences.
Okay.
Now, experiences might ultimately get you to do something, whatever that do might be. But marketing is not. It's very closely related, and I can certainly understand why that perception may exist. But you don't approach marketing the same way you approach sales. Sales are going to certainly be cold. There's not going to be any type of storytelling or narrative that exists, right? People are not going to necessarily want to get to know you. Marketing is very much, very, very closely connected with a lot of the principles of dating, right? Sales is a different style. It's a different approach. I might not necessarily, go there on the Zoom call, but just know that.
Oh no! You gotta go there because both of them got hot topics. She said marketing was something like sales. Quita said she can't sell them. Now here's the thing: Quita has like her own business, but she don't know how to market it. And plus, she has another skill, but she doesn't market.
But okay, so like I said, I don't sell myself. I don't sell my business, but because I can't work into my business full time right now. I'm working a 9 to 5 and hustling on the side.
Who should talk?
Quita.
What?
Quita.
What?
I put my mic down. Hold on. Let me put my mic back up. Listen. He's the marketing guru. Listen. Y'all arguing about the wrong things. He's the marketing guru. The man went to London. The man went to Britain.
And he spoke at Australia.
Queen Elizabeth asked him to come out there and market their stuff. Listen.
Sydney, Australia, the Olympics, they brought him in to speak. Y'all think we joking? All you gotta do is go on Instagram.
No, I'm for real. Like,
no, don't worry about it, Quita. Hold on, Quita.
So Nick, I'm Quita, and I got this business, and it's called Touch a Glass, and we do
Touch your glass, right?
Touch a Glass. We're gonna say glass.
GLAS.
Glass. Yeah, I'm from Florida. Don't judge me. So, how can I market my business? And by the way, it's into the decorations. So I do a lot of
event design.
Now she want to talk up, but it's decorations.
So who's your target market?
My target market is people who let me see. Who's my target market? My target market right now
25 to 40.
No. It's actually not. It's actually children because I did something for a little kid birthday party, and then I did something for adult. I want to say anniversary.
So you targeting parents who have young children who are the primary purchasing decisions. They can either be single or married. Mm-hmm. Are you primarily focused on what location are you looking at? Primarily Monroe?
Anywhere, wherever the money go. I'll travel.
Where the money reside.
So let's just say, no, you're not talking. I'm Quita. So right now, let's just say Mississippi to Texas and all of Louisiana and Arkansas, because I'm from Arkansas. So from Pine Bluff,
Texas, Arkansas.
Even though I went to Pine Bluff, Upward Bound. I'm from Pine Bluff.
Right.
Quita, that mean you Florida. Quita over there showing up.
So of those 4 areas, what are your priority locations? If you only had to identify 1 or 2.
Bastrop.
All right. So you're targeting parents who have kids between the ages of what? 10 to 15?
No, more.
Are you doing Sweet 16 parties? I mean, like,
I can do Sweet 16. I can do Power Rangers. I can do
a wide range.
Yeah, My Little Ponies, all that.
Okay.
I don't even know what popular right now, but you
Paw
get what I'm
Patrol.
saying. There we go, Paw Patrol.
And so how much do you charge?
It depends on the size of the party. So if it's over 25, I might go like 300 to 500. But if it's something simple, maybe 250 just to take care of my traveling expenses.
Okay. So you might charge top end 500.
Quita, I hope you're writing this down because he's gonna give you some advice. But go ahead, Nick.
I'm on here.
Shh. I'm Quita.
You might charge $500 per party.
Mm-hmm.
And how much do you own your equipment?
Everything. I do everything. As you can see behind me, this little shiny stuff, I did that.
Okay. So talk to me a little bit about your expenses.
It depends on what they need, because I do
How do you transport the things to these particular things? Do you have overhead in terms of people you have to pay? Or are you a straight up one-man shop?
One man shop.
So your expenses are minimal.
Minimum.
Okay. So talk to me about how are you acquiring business right now? Is it primarily word of mouth? Are you doing any type of social media activity? Are you buying?
I got a YouTube page. I got a Facebook page. I think I got an IG page, but I don't promote it. So everything right now is just word of mouth. People know me as Quita, the designer.
Okay.
And from my nasty Snapchat.
Yep. So
that is not connected to the business.
You should not. So my last question is, in terms of word of mouth, are you seeing any reoccurring people, any reoccurring past clients helping you drive business? So like people who have influenced 5 or 6 people to kind of come see you, or is it primarily just one-offs?
It's bashful. Once you talk to 2 people, you don't talk to everybody.
Okay. You have a website?
No.
I think not.
So you don't have a website?
No.
So okay, so let's talk about this. Well, actually, do you have any competitors in the market?
Yeah.
Who do you identify as your competitor?
It's a whole bunch of people. Like, it's people from Shreveport, they'll come down. People from New Orleans, Baton Rouge, but they do Monroe. I'm trying to get outside of Bashford. I'm trying to take over the North.
And what makes you different from those competitors?
Now that's a good question. So I got to figure that out.
Do you have better items? Do you create better experiences? Like, what makes you different?
Thank you.
So
quit answering the question then.
When he broke it down like that, I was like, you know. But yeah, okay. So I feel like I create better experiences. I work in sales, so I try to get to know my clients more. And my motto, I say, I transform dreams into reality. So
you create personalized experiences.
Yes.
Pretty much. And that's different from what
timeless experiences.
And that's different from what everybody else is doing, or how they're marketing their services.
Well, the people here that I don't call them competition, but the competition here, like, I feel like it's just done. Like, it's not. I give my all into this. You know, I'm doing this from the heart. You know, it's not just a job for me. It's the look on the client's face when they walk in. You know, the tears that fall from looking at the event. Like,
and how do you tell the story of the impact of your event on those people? Do people hear about that?
I actually don't. Like, I don't.
Here you go.
They usually post statuses on Facebook that gives me the credit, you know.
Mm-hmm. So number one, you probably need to establish a website, right? Within this website, it doesn't need to be anything significant, right? You need to probably have 2 or 3 pages that talks about, what you do, how you do it, and the experiences that you create. There needs to be some really high value visual experiences, photography, but more important, testimonials and some type of video, at some type of series of videos. You can certainly start to use social media as a means to drive traffic to that particular web page. You need to have a form on your web page. What's going to be important is that within this particular form, that as you collect leads, you start to store those leads, okay? And so you invest in what might be called a very cheap CRM, which stands for Customer Relationship Database Management System.
Okay, that's it. You're giving away too much stuff. You're giving away too much stuff. These people got no. Don't get me wrong. They're gonna come to the podcast and get this. Quita,
No. I do have a website, and then I do use a platform that keeps the customer's information in there. But I never, usually they'll come to me for baby showers and then come back for, first birthday or whatever.
So you should be able to have some type of cross-sell or upsell opportunities, right? Because if you have somebody and you're doing your consultation, right, you might ask as a part of that consultation, okay, are you going to be more focused on milestone birthdays, or what type of parent are you? Do you go all out, every year, right? Because if you have that information and know that they go out every year, and that information is in your database, right, you can say, all right, Perkins, right, he's a father, he has an 8-year-old, he really goes hard for his child. So each year, right, I can reach out to them 3 or 4 months before their birthday and ask, right, what are you looking to do, right? I have some new type of, experiences that I've created, right? My company has kind of, has grown. We're offering something different this year than what you were doing previously. And so now, right, because they've had that great experience, right? They remember exactly who you are. You are engaging with them.
Come on.
Their affinity, right, towards you is going to be a little bit deeper in comparison to some of the competitors out there who they may not necessarily know how they work. And so you'll be able to build
Nick, I gotta cut you off. You're giving out too much information.
I'm telling you, lady, Quita,
you need to get his information and call him and have a one-on-one consultation. Valerie.
Hold on. So last one, Nick.
Valerie.
So we gotta do Valerie.
Valerie, he the guru. Listen, get his number.
So Nick, I'm Valerie. I want to get back into marketing, but I just hate.
I do not want to get into marketing.
Okay, what you trying to get into?
I mean,
she wants to run her own business.
If I honestly, and I don't feel like it's the right time at this point. I just purchased a house. There's a lot going on. But if I can have my ideal career, I would like to cater, because I love cooking. My grandmother, she actually wanted to own her own restaurant, but she never did it. So instead of her running her own restaurant, her kitchen was her restaurant. So grew up eating good food. I go to restaurants and I say, my grandma can make this 10 times better. So I enjoy cooking. I do not want to open a restaurant, but I can see myself catering. That would be something I would love to do as a side hustle. And if it can grow into something bigger, I would love that. But right now my focus is trying to get further up in
management,
a current career, just so I can get myself, because I'm pretty stable at this point, but I have been thinking about it a lot, about having a little side hustle. But that would be it for me. But when it comes to what I went to school for, I do not want to do marketing. I don't want to do sales. I don't want to do any of that. That's why I was saying that I wish I would have went for entrepreneurship. I felt like that would have been more fitting. But when you're young and I made the decision to do that, and it's not too late. If I wanted to, go back to school, I can. But I just feel like it's not necessary.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the ghetto version, and then I'm gonna let these two over here give you the Nick gonna give you the right version. Perk gonna give you his version. So the ghetto version is real simple. It would never be a good time to start anything. You got to start it. Just do it. Like this podcast literally was a humbug. I said I had people on our team. I told them y'all should do a podcast because y'all got more interesting stuff, so people can so y'all can talk about and hear about it. Nobody listened. So I was like, all right, let me stop. Let me start a podcast because how much tell somebody else to start a podcast and I don't know what I'm doing. Now that we've been doing it, I see a lot of people who I've been telling to do a podcast. Now they all of a sudden want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never be a good time. Just do it. You never know what might happen. It might lead to somewhere where you might leave your job maybe in the next 6 months. Who knows? But if you wait, it won't be. Now that's the ghetto version. So I'm gonna let them have it.
That's the right version.
That's the who?
That's the right version.
That's the right version.
Well, you.
Ultimately, you know, you will know.
I get my nepotism every now and then. I don't know if I use it in the right sentence, but I get it every now and then.
No, I mean, you know, you'll know when it's time, when it's right.
Because I've been getting on this dude right here, Nick, for the longest. That he need to start doing his own stuff because he does a lot for a lot of people, and they pay him a lot of money. But if he did it on his own, he would make way more money.
It's coming. It's coming. I just got a few. I got a few more things that I need.
Oh, and he's building a house too. I just want to throw that stunt out there too. I don't know what's going on in North Carolina, but it seems like I need to move there so I can build a house.
Build a house.
Come through, man.
Hey, Val, listen, I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. They both said the same thing I would say. But the thing that get me about what you said is because you love to do it, there's no loss in it because you love to do it. Like the logo that you see right there started because of love. Like the reason he said those different things is because he gonna give you the hood. I'm gonna try to give you the professional way, but it's gonna be a little hood. And then Nick gonna be professional and use words like nepotism and all that. You're not gonna know what's said. But honestly, real talk, what he said though, like if you just started with one person, it'll build on its own. Like honest to God truth, if you just get a logo, I promise you the other part will go. Like for me, it's about being in your purpose, being with God with what you're doing. Like if you trying to do that as if that's what you want to do full time, I promise you, if you just start, he'll take care of the rest. And that I mean that from the heart, because like honestly, I was in Louisiana. I would have probably put my check up that I wouldn't have came to Oklahoma. But I love what I do though. That's all I got.
So,
hey, Perk, I'm about to borrow something from you.
Yeah. So, Valerie, if you really want to get into this catering stuff, listen. Right now, it's probably the best time ever because now you ain't got to do nothing big. You can do the dinner for two.
Hey, I will help you get the flyer and the logo together. I just need you to give me a
I'll come up to North Carolina right now.
Because one thing how I realized that it's a possibility, you know, at my job we'll do these little potlucks or whatever. And you know, I'm just cooking like I normally cook. And then come to find out everybody approaching, you made that? You made that? You made that? Can you make this?
Why I never tasted none of this food?
I'm like, what? Like it's nothing. So that's how I knew, okay, well maybe I can actually do this.
Bad, you could do lunches on Fridays.
What's up with the food truck?
Bro.
Oh, that'd be dope though. Food trucks, like, and that's one thing I'm noticing in Charlotte. We don't have a lot of those. We don't have that's one thing that I feel that our city can have more of is more.
I've been wanting to invest in one of those for a minute.
Val, he the guru.
So Val, you get the food truck and you let him worry about the marketing.
Come on now.
And then you let me come up there and just be the
Or,
food taster.
I mean, you know, I can't.
And Quita come and decorate the food truck. And then we pay Perk to drive the food truck. I'm sorry to cut you off, Nick. My bad. Go ahead, Nick.
I was just gonna say, I can't do nothing for the next 5 to 6 months until this house gets finished. But buy the food truck.
He say he down. That's what he said.
Basically.
I'm gonna tell y'all now. I'm gonna tell y'all now. This division. If Val make the call, two things gonna happen. One, she gonna get a food truck. Two, she gonna be in market. That's what I tell you. And she gonna be catering on the side.
And we get the credit because all this started on the Cal podcast, baby.
I'm on the Cal.
So when it blow up, I'm like, Val, what made you do that? My friend invited me on his podcast, and we was talking about HBCUs. And then next thing you know, we went into my vision board, and it just blew up. So, and then nepotism came out of nowhere. Nowhere.
So, and once we stop recording, man, I'm gonna drop some shit on you.
Come on, hey, stop recording.
Okay, so with that being said, man, we would like to thank y'all. Nick, my special guest, Nicholas Love, Valerie, I ain't gonna say your last name. Thank y'all for getting on. If y'all want to say anything before we get off.
Social medias
out there where they can follow you, all that.
At Nicholas J. Love.
Valerie.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot today. And I hope to see you guys again.
Oh, we're gonna get you back on because this food truck, it gotta happen. So when it do happen, we gotta bring you back on so we can promote it and do it right. So with that being said, that's Perk, that's Cuda. Like I always say, we're gonna do better and get better. And yeah, we got a little nepotism on today's podcast. So with that being said, thank y'all and have a good night.
Good night.
G14 classified. That's good.
DJ Star.
Hello world. HSCAT, you know how we do.